It was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order! I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle. Even with your lies, I gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive. This is not justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man, Mr. G paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
Welcome to the Dr. Meleeka Clara Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We're coming live. Woo! I just love saying that. Oh, I'm so glad everybody had a wonderful week. And if you didn't, I hope your week is going to get better because every day is a challenge. Like I said, I stick with this positive psychology. I try to think the positive of the day. Don't know what that day is really going to be like. Don't know what I'm going into. Because I have to ask God and say, well, wait a minute, what am I waking up to? But I do my prayer and I'm hoping and given the courage to deal with whatever I got to deal with. I think that is so important when you deal with things you got to deal with every day. I mean, if it's children being sick or it's just life challenges or work or whatever the case may be, hopefully I can get through whatever disappointments that day might bring. I'm not trying to think negative, but I'm asking God to help me with that day because I think that is so important because when we wake up in the morning, we really don't know what we're going to wake up to. And I wish I did because I don't. Sometimes it's like great. Like I wouldn't even say a perfect day, but I think to me, like a perfect day is just feeling like content with whatever I had to do that day and nothing went wrong that I felt like I couldn't fix within that time frame. I think that to me is like a perfect day. But if you're not having one of those days, like I said, you can always pray or do something positive to try to stay in that, positive mode for yourself. And I just hope you do. And so I want to let you know because when you come on this show, I hope I give you some type of strategies when you hear my guest testimonies, or even when I bring my testimonies to you. I hope you are listening to understand, hey, you're not alone. And I'm not trying to tell you you are. I have all these challenges. And I know that people say, oh, you're an actress. That's when I really act well because I pretend like nothing's going on. But things be going on. It's just that I got to deal with it the best way I know how. And if you're not spiritual and I am, then you find that peace or something that gets you to meditate and try to ask for help to get through it or think through it or talk to somebody. Like I said, getting counseling or something like that is so important. I mean, being a psychologist, it's fun, it's rewarding. And I say that because I get to help people help you with solving your solutions or giving you a solution rather, or any problems you might have. I try to help you with that. And by me doing this and bringing testimonies and people on here as guests, I'm hoping I'm helping you deal with those difficult moments, because it is difficult. I mean, life is difficult. No one said it was going to be easy, but you know what? it it's not like it stays like these. I know that situations occur, but it don't stay permanent. So that is what I'm trying to explain to you. That's what this platform is about. It's to let you know that whatever's going on in your life, it's not going to be a permanent situation. It will change. Just give it some time and it will happen. I promise that. And I say I promise that because things do change every day. And that's just life. Because I don't know. Everyone says, oh, same thing, same day. What? I don't think so. Mm-mm. Because sometimes you wake up differently. Sometimes you feel like you got pain or something. So I know it's different. Or sometimes you meet somebody different. Or something happens. It's always still different. It's never still the same. So I use that like, no, I'm not going for that. So try to train your mind that every day is different, and you never know. I mean, I've had people on my show that was excited. They trained their mind to be excited for the next day. And I love that attitude too. It's like, okay, they don't know what's going on either. And but they're not trying to think negative. So that's important. So I want you to understand that. Today we have a wonderful guest. But before that, also, I want to give some acknowledgments. Thank you so much for everyone who's supporting me and watching the movie Three Corners Deception that is still available on Prime Video. Keep on supporting me. Thank you very much. And if you're looking for the Dr. Meleeka Clary, you can always Google me. I am all over Google. And them social medias, if you can catch it, go ahead. If I haven't been hacked, so I'm still going through it. You never know, but still, you can catch me on social media as well: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and all of those. Or just, you can also check out my website, drmeleekaclary.com. And you know what? On that note, before I go into my amazing guests, I'm going to take a brief commercial, and I will be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Don't go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all. It was really hard for me to do that movie sometime, because at that time, because 10 years ago is what I went through. It wasn't then. So I had to take, even they say you play yourself. It's not really always easy to play yourself. You have to play yourself 10 years ago when your mind was discombobulated and you felt betrayal. You know what I mean? You felt like, life was just not it. And, not in my situation. And it is based on true events. And, unfortunately, it's about judicial deception, but it's also about romance and drama and divorce. It's something that just went to a different way. But as I changed it and went into a movie. But what's interesting about this situation, people don't understand. It's a flow technique for me. That was my release to finish this movie. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we're coming live. I'm so sorry. I keep laughing because I have a ball behind the scenes. My engineer Caleb, he is so funny. So we just chatting about the basketball and how my intake about that. So I didn't even go, but anyway. So anyway, thank you for tuning in and welcome back. Okay, we have amazing guests. You know what? When I talk about guests and I have different people, I go to places and I never know who I'm going to run into. And I have to say that because I look at people and I say, wow, that person would be nice as a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Curry show. Why? Because they have some type of experience or just something that was, you know, just striking about them. And this individual, she caught me very off guard because I was like, wow, she had a testimony during her performance. And I was like, whoa. I mean, there was numerous of different people and they all were good. But this person was amazing to me. Not that just the words that was coming out of her mouth, but her story. And I just was like, wow, I was caught. And you know, when you say you are this like right there, like, oh my goodness, blown away, it's not something that you want to just let go. You want to share that kind of blow away. And she is a singer and an entrepreneur, hardworking woman on the go, getting it done, doing her thing. I mean, for real, for real. But one thing I don't know about her is what we are going to ask her. Because, you know, I always say I don't know everything about everybody. I see what you see. I did hear some stuff. It's amazing. But I am going to say this. Let's go find out what her story is about. My guest, let's welcome Persha Maroo. Come on, Persha. Did I say it right, Persha? Persha
Yes, you
Maroo.
did. Thank
Oh,
you.
I love it because it's like Persha Maroo.
Right. I
And
love
I
it. I
kept
love it.
practicing. I kept practicing. I was like, Persia. I know this is a Ute name. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I want to make sure I say her name. Persia. And then I think I put a little purr at it one day. I was like,
Yes, I love the way you do it. I love you. I love you.
I was like, Persia. I was trying to do it like a cat. Like a Persian
Right.
cat or something. I don't know. I'm telling you, I mean, I be trying, but I'm trying. You know, Persia, thank you for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. I'm just, it's my pleasure. And I have to say, you know, when I saw your performance, I thought it was very great. You got me off my feet, as you know, and or got me on my feet, I would say. And, but you know what was striking more is your story and things about you. But I know as you're a performer, and I heard your story, but I really don't know the questions I need to know about you because you know many people they have this fasana and it's like okay, but all right, well, but do I really know about that person? No.
Right.
So, who do you identify yourself as to you?
So, to me, well, first I'd like to say thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Who I identify my personal time as a child of God. So that is my identity. Everything that my choices, my steps that I take, I really want to revolve around Him. And I basically have like this saying when I pray is that let me go where you are, and where you're not present, I will not go. So, blending that with the entertainment industry as singing, I will go someplace and I'll perform. And then I'm like, this doesn't quite fit the identity that I'm hoping to have, this identity and connection with God that I'm having to have. So I would like, I've stopped and I've not accepted certain performances at certain places because I'm like, no, this doesn't match who I am. So I really work hard at connecting with God on a daily basis. So
Oh,
that's it.
wow. That's amazing. You know, I know my next question, and I have to say, you know, I'm spiritual and I heard what you said, and I believe in God, and things get
Mm.
interesting to me. I have to pray, and so I can get through it because I don't believe the human flesh can do it on their own. It has to be some type of release mechanism somewhere.
Yeah.
So what is your belief mechanism? I know you said God, but what kind of God or
So
because I don't want to
I
assume
believe in God in
everybody.
heaven. Yes,
Okay.
and I identify as spiritual when it comes to that. I don't claim a religion.
Mhm.
Um, I read his good word, and we do it as a family with my daughter and my husband. And I've been doing identifying as spiritual since I was 11. My mom had grew up Baptist, And she was like, well, we're Baptists. And then somewhere around 2004 or 5, she's like, I'm reading the Bible and Jesus doesn't have a religion. He is who he is, and you're with him. So she was like, I'm going to identify as spiritual. And I was like, can I do that with you? So I've been identifying as spiritual and reading these good words since I was 11 years old with my mom in Bible study. So she's been,
Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Mhm.
I have a little past about that too. Like my mom started us off with the Bible,
Yeah.
and we took off from there. We're not perfect individuals, but at least
Yeah.
she implemented religion to us. And I,
Right.
I will say not every parent does that, so it's
Mhm.
good that she instilled that is in us at an early age, and we was able to determine certain things. It's not like we asked them to help us, we kind of asked God to help us. And I
Yes.
remember being a little girl as early as 7 years old when I was being bullied a lot. I was like,
Mhm.
God, could you help me? you know, and that was amazing. But as you get older, you don't realize, like, wow, I can't believe that she instilled those belief mechanisms in me already
Yes.
as a young age, and I was already devoted and asking him, and didn't even ask my parents. So it
Mhm.
wasn't like the toy, mom or dad. I was asking God, can I get that toy? You hear me over there? I want a party. I be on them knees. I have to say that it was just true. I didn't cut my parents off all the way and just went straight up to God. I said, let me just go to him. I'm going to ask.
Yes.
I have to say that. Thank you for sure. That is so. You know
Yeah.
what? On that note, we are going to take a brief commercial, and
Okay.
we will be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Claire Show on the Bold and Brave TV Network. Don't go nowhere. We are still with the beautiful Persha Maroo. It was because of me having a voice and saying something about what had happened to me, because I can't believe it. I can't believe that these individuals put their good name and their reputation on the line just to hurt somebody because they spoke up. Yes, see, that's what happens when you speak up. I get it, but I'm not fearful because of that. Even though I went through a lot and still go through a lot of things, I got God on my side, and I feel like if that is not enough, then I don't know what it is, because I'm still standing and I'm still telling my story, and I'm gonna keep on telling stories. And that is why I like film, because film, you'll be able to express things that you went through and experiences and people. You'd be amazed what you can do. I'm a human being, but I'm not perfect. And I have my own flaws, but I'm working in progress. And if you're trying to change something, you're able to do it. You have the power, you have the key to your own success. And with that being said, I'm just glad that I'm able to do this and share other people's testimonies. And I'm so glad that there's many guests that I've already had on the show that have expressed their, challenges or what they've been going through or went through in their life. And I say that it's because they're not perfect. So it's good that they express that. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV Network. We're coming live. Woohoo! We are still with beautiful Persia. Come on in here, Miss Maroo. There you go. How you doing? All right.
Um,
You know, I try to enjoy. I can't do this show without enjoying life, because it's really not about being stressed. This is something I want to do.
mm,
So when you come on, and yeah, it's you want to do. You could have said no, but you chose to. So let's have fun while we do that, right? That's how I feel. Why not? Have fun all the way up. So, you know what? And I'm glad you shared your belief mechanism. But here you go. Many people watch my platform and they go through a lot of things. So we have so many people that are stressed out, depressed. We have depression, mental illnesses. It just doesn't go there. Anxiety. It just doesn't go away. That's what I really want to say. And when they watch this platform, sometimes they're just looking at that person looks like me. They sound like me, but are they really like me? And we all are followers before we become leaders. So I'm going to ask you, have you ever had a challenge in your life that led you to, like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get out of this challenge? Because that's what we go through. Those challenges, some of us don't get out, and they take out. And that's not all that. That's a permanent solution to a temporary situation. And I can't stand when people do that. So can you share any testimony or a challenge that now I know you might have many, 'cause we all got some, but
Right.
give me a real good one that you was like, take me, because I don't know, this is overwhelming, because I know I've been on them knees, like,
Man, definitely a lot. I would have to say one of my biggest challenges, because it just didn't include me. It include my husband. It include our daughter. And I would just say my having a relationship with my husband and choosing to get married and start a family together. His family wasn't very accepting of me, and it was so frustrating because here is a man that I love. I'm looking to build my life with him and our futures together and our journeys together. And I was like derailed by them. They were his father was a pastor, well, still is a pastor. And they seemed to very welcoming at first. But as soon as we started to be like, oh, we want to have a relationship together, we want to get married, and I became engaged, um, they started spreading things about me that was not true. So one of the things that really stood out is that when I didn't learn how to read until very much later in my life, and my husband knew that about me, but not necessarily his parents. To kind of like kept it a secret that I couldn't read very well, and so his sister lied on me and was like, "Oh, she's on a dating app and she's talking to other people," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I can't even like spell." I'm like, at this point, I was 19 years old. And I'm like, I can't spell. What is she talking about? So he would just like brush off all the lies, and he was like, "Oh, leave her alone, whatever." But he was keeping away from me because he didn't want me to be impacted by it. Well, moving forward, and we get married, the church was telling me at first, "Oh, he doesn't really love you. He likes another woman. He's just dating you to make another woman jealous." And I was just like, where's all these lies coming from? So, and they were like, "Oh, you change. You're not as polite as you used to be. You don't say hi to us anymore. We have to speak to you first. And when you come into my house, you don't welcome us back." And I'm like, "Yes, I do. I say hi to you." So it was really freaking me out because they were like changing my character and who I was. And I would stop and I would talk to him and I'd be like, "Hey, have I changed since we started dating? Am I ignoring your parents? Am I rude to your sister?" And he's like, "No, I've seen them change towards you." So I felt like it was my first time ever feeling like I didn't know myself anymore. And people were trying to make me feel differently of myself. And that I could deal with. I could deal with someone like, oh, trying to discriminate me or trying to make me feel like I'm a liar. But it was involving someone else. It's involving him as well. So anything you're saying about us or me is going to bother him too. So I had to check in with him a lot. And eventually it started like mentally bothering him to where when we moved to Maryland, because that's where he was stationed because he's in the Air Force, um, his family was like, "Oh, she's not good for you." Uh, and I was having a rough pregnancy when I became pregnant, and they were like, "You're buying her too much food. She doesn't need to eat for two. She just needs to eat for one." And they were like telling him like basically how to run our household that we were trying to make. They're like, make sure she's only eating like 3 times a day. She'll need to eat this many times a day. She doesn't need this much soap and toilet paper. And I was just like, it was the most weirdest part of my life, where I really did call out to God. I didn't go to my mom about a lot of my problems because I didn't want it to be like, "Oh, I got married young and now I'm involved in this." And I was like, there's so much more to just the part of being young and getting married. It's about um, knowing yourself and knowing the other person. And I really felt like I knew my husband, and I was like, he's traumatized by his parents. This is not necessarily him. at this point. He's trying to discover himself, but also trying to honor his parents. And that's another thing they would say to him, like, you have to honor us. You're disrespecting us, or and they would use those big phrases like that to him, and he'd just be like, what am I doing? Am I going against my parents? Am I making the wrong decision? So I would like distance myself, and I would tell him like, hey, if you don't feel like this is for you, we can divorce. It wasn't something I wanted, but my thing was always about making another person happy. I would go without. So I was just like, you know what? Let's focus on you. What do you need? And he was like, I need to quit talking to them. So he cut his family off because they just wouldn't give us a break. It was we never really knew what was the big issue surrounding us, but we got hints from maybe it was my complexion, maybe it's because I'm biracial, maybe it was
Oh,
because
wow.
yeah, it was just a lot of weirdness involved, and she didn't even want his mother didn't even want Debbie, our daughter, to call her grandma, and I was just like, huh.
Wow.
So
Oh.
like that, I had to pray. I had to do a lot of praying because I thought I was destroying lives. I'm like, some way, somehow, I'm messing this man's life up with his family. I'm like, what did I say? What did I do? So I had to like look inward to God, and I came across like the part in the Bible where Jesus is who he is. And they were like, you're casting out devils with devils. And he's like, no, I'm the son of God. So I'm like, if Jesus can be mistaken, his character, people can talk badly against him, the one that's perfect, holy, they can make lies about him. They want to crucify him. They don't want
Mhm.
anything good to come to him or anyone to be impacted by him. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm not holy. I'm not as near as I'm not close to God that way. I'm not that close to God. And I'm like, so I should expect things to come my way. It rains on the just and it rains on the unjust. And it helped me to realign myself to let me know that I was not who they were accusing me to be, that I made them uncomfortable. And that's something that they have to deal with personally, that it wasn't anything that I did to them. And I was apologizing a lot for things I didn't do. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But had to move forward and kept going to God for it.
Wow. You know what? That I want you to hold that note because you said so much, and that is a challenge. And I
Yeah.
want to come back to that. But on that note, we are going to take a brief commercial, and we will be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Cleary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. And we're coming live. Don't go nowhere now. We are still with the beautiful Maroo. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that. Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all. It was really hard for me to do that movie sometime because at that time, because 10 years ago is what I went through. It wasn't then. So I had to take, even they say you play yourself. It's not really always easy to play yourself. You have to play yourself 10 years ago when your
Right.
mind was discombobulated and you felt betrayal. You know what I mean? You felt like, life was just not it. And, not in my situation. And it is based on true events. And, unfortunately, it's about judicial deception, but it's also about romance and drama and divorce. It's something that just went to a different way. But as I changed it and went into a movie. But what's interesting about this situation, people don't understand. It's a flow technique for me. That was my release to finish this movie. Oh my goodness. Caleb, you're something else. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Claire Show on the Bold and Brave TV network where we're coming live. live. Yes, we are still with the beautiful Persia. Come on, Persia. Come on, girl. I'm telling you, I've been practicing. That's all I can tell you. And I think I sent you an audio that was like, yo, am I saying it right?
Yes, you did. I was like, it was good, really good.
I am proud to say pronunciation of people's name is not my best thing. I'm not, I don't,
I'm
mm-mm.
the same.
I'm just
I'm the
telling it.
same. I'd be like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I know you.
Yep, I admit it. Nope, not my best thing. So, with that being said, before we went on break, and one thing I have to ask, I know you've mentioned your challenges, and it must be difficult when you already blended into the family because you're not already married, and now you have this non-acceptance, and not one would actually know by assuming if it's a ethnic issue, and you biracial.
Hmm.
So are you half white and black, or half Hispanic and black, or
Yes, I'm half white. Well, in my family we say brown. So African American descent. So I'm half white, Caucasian, and brown, and then Native American.
you know what? And it's a beautiful mix, I tell you, because I got nothing but different breeds in my family. So when you said that, I said, and in my mind, I said out loud. I'm saying it out loud
Mm.
now. I was like, they still do that. Like a culture is an issue. They still do
Right.
that. Where they still do that at? I think because when in my family we have so many different colors. I mean, I have
Mm.
nieces that look like you, and one's half Italian, one's half Hispanic. We got Cape Verdean, Portuguese, Indian, black. I mean, my children are mixed up.
Mm.
I mean, oh yeah, we're all mixed up here. It's all types of culture going on, but it's like you just can't believe that was you
Mm.
do believe it if it's the older culture. You know what I mean? Some people
Right.
just don't
Right.
understand change. That's what it is. It's their mind. They're not adapt to change. It don't make them seem like they're racist. It's just they're just not adapt to change. I just always tell
Mm.
people that. But I'm not trying to convince you to change. That's not your job.
Mhm.
That's on them if they want
Mm.
to. And so I'm glad you
That's
shared
right.
that story. And it's sad that it's like that. And what you go through. Now, have it been any type of amends to anything? I mean, if so, is it still like that? Because, and I asked that question not to pry, and I really
Mhm.
don't want to pry. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. The reason is because your battle is still there,
That's right.
and that's what
That's
I'm
right.
talking about. What people don't understand, it can get better, and you can
Hmm.
adapt to it, but some in their mind is still like it's there. How do you
It's
feel about that?
Well, it's so funny that you said that. Pretty much every day I think about it, and I always feel like, hey, try to reach out to your family. Your sister's birthday is coming up, or your brother's birthday is coming up. Your mom's and your dad, and I'm like, I don't have to be there. Know that I support you and that I want you to communicate with them, because I really do feel family is important. I have a big family. I have 7 older brothers. I'm the
Oh
youngest, and
wow.
I'm the only girl.
You the baby girl? Oh,
Yeah. So
growing
it's
up
8
with
of
you would
us.
have been a posse. Don't mess with that chick. She's got 7 brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, family is really important, and whenever, I believe in taking in family, I believe in supporting family as much as you humanly possibly can, and but it's just never been, like, a real true immense happening with them, because like they would either bring me up, and he's like, don't bring her up, let's just talk, I don't want to talk about it. And then they would be like, well, I guess we were the bad guys. So I think their word choices a lot is what's definitely affecting things getting better. um I would say that's like the hardest part, because at the end of the day he's like, well, they laughed a little bit, it was okay, but they still did. And he's like, I just can't look past that, it bothers me so much. So um with me, I've tried to go with him. I'd be like, just be quiet. I'm like, hi, how's everybody doing? And just be my space, because apparently if I say something, it's not gonna go right. But I'm also the type of person who's very strong on topics. So if they bring up like certain topics, especially about like I don't know, mental health, that I strongly believe in that. And they're like, oh, it's not really a thing. And I'm like, I'm very talkative when it comes to like strong topics. And so I'm like, they're going to bring something up that's political, or they're going to bring up, I'm not a very political person, but I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, how about y'all just try to communicate? It didn't work out well. And he decided that he just wanted to keep a distance from a long period of time. They tried to reach out last year, and we even took his sister out for her birthday. But again, she brought up like, well, I know you had that site. And I was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, I don't have to lie to you. God knows exactly what I did. And I could tell you other things I've done.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Like me, like, oh, I can tell you this about me, but you believe that I'm lying to you about this. I'm like, all right. But I couldn't read back then. So I was like, all
Wow.
right. But it's a struggle that Debbie won't actually get a chance to know her grandparents on that side. She knows my mom,
Yeah.
but she doesn't know his
Yeah.
side of the family. And I have pictures of them that I show her. I want her to know who they are. And I'm like, if they ever reach out to you in the future, it's not about what they've done to me that should affect your relationship with them. You know, if you want to grow up and you want to reach out to them at a later time, you can do that. You can do it now. But again, she hears the difference, because his father doesn't mind Debbie calling him grandfather. It's the mom. She's like, I don't want her calling me grandma. And it's like,
Mm.
I don't want her traumatized by that. Um,
Yeah.
I went through something similar because my father is adopted, and his adoptive parents were, well, she openly admit she was racist. So I saw that disconnect. I can call my mom's parents grandparents, but I couldn't call my dad's adopted parents grandparents. So I don't want that for her. I don't want that disconnect, and I don't want
Mm.
her to feel like it's her fault. And so I'm just trying to navigate through that. It's just trying to let her know and my husband know, y'all are both loved, and we have the support for us and God, and hopefully we can make things come together at a later term when he sees fit.
Wow. I'm glad you said that. I love the part that you said you both are loved.
Hmm.
And you are too. Everybody's in love with that because your husband stand by you. That's what I heard. Okay, I love that. Snap, snap. We are going to a brief commercial. We'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV Network. Don't go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back. It was because of me having a voice and saying something about what had happened to me, because I can't believe it. I can't believe that these individuals put their good name and their reputation on the line just to hurt somebody because they spoke up. Yes, see, that's what happens when you speak up. I get it, but I'm not fearful because of that. Even though I went through a lot and still go through a lot of things, I got God on my side, and I feel like if that is not enough, then I don't know what it is. Because I'm still standing and I'm still telling my story, and I'm gonna keep on telling stories, and that is why I like film. Because film, you'll be able to express things that you went through and experiences and people. You'd be amazed what you can do. It was really hard for me to do that movie sometime because at that time, because 10 years ago is what I went through. It wasn't then. So I had to take, even they say you play yourself. It's not really always easy to play yourself. You have to play yourself 10 years ago when your
Right.
mind was discombobulated and you felt betrayal. You know what I mean? You felt like, life was just not it. And, not in my situation. And it is based on true events. And, unfortunately, it's about judicial deception, but it's also about romance and drama and divorce. It's something that just went to a different way. But as I changed it and went into a movie. But what's interesting about this situation, people don't understand. It's a flow technique for me. That was my release to finish this movie. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV Network, where we're coming live. We are still with Persha. Come on in here, Maroo. Hello, dear. Welcome back. You know what? I'm so glad that you shared your story, and it's unfortunate that you still go through it. But one thing is important that I love that you have expressed. I'm dealing with it with a positive attitude. I'm not gonna let it hold down. I'm not gonna keep you down. That's what I wanted to say. But here's the thing, you're not even sharing poison because
Mhm.
there's other people that might feel like, oh, well, you ain't gonna see it. I don't care. I don't care. And nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. You're like,
Right.
hey, it's an open book. If they want to see, hey, I support that. You're not
Yeah.
telling your daughter, these are the things that change behavior. And I tell people all the time, what you do, it's a learned behavior for your children. So if you're
Yeah.
showing hatred, what do you think is going to happen? They
Mm-hmm.
think it's a normal thing. But if you show love and compassion and forgiveness, that
Right.
is so important. And it goes so far. And I hope one day that maybe they'll watch this video. You never know.
Right. You never know.
I'm just saying,
Maybe have
you
to
never
learn
know
them.
what things could come about something because you're expressing it and it's a concern and it still is something that's like probably empty and it's
That's
not
right.
whole. It's not put a cap on it. And I think it takes more than one person to put things together and work
Mm.
things out. You can't do it by
Right.
yourself. Somebody else got to
No.
do it too. But one thing I know, you're not holding yourself down. You still keep your head up and keep it moving because that's
That's
exactly what you're going to have to do. So I have to say thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I hope people will learn for that because this is testimonies and challenges. You hear her? She is not perfect, people. Still going through something, but she
that's
still
right.
find a way to smile. Me too. Let's smile together.
Right. I love that.
You know why I did that? Because I'm gonna do a still picture. Make sure I get my best side. So I have to say that. Let's smile together. With that being said, I know we're running out of some time, and I'm not going to use because I do want to ask you a question. What kind of self care do you do for yourself?
Ooh, okay. So self care is always still a work in progress for me. So I try to get outside. That's the top one. I'm trying to get outside. There's a park not too far from where I live. It's a trail. I walk around. Maybe it's like a big circle. It's not a mile, but I try to make it a mile. So it's like I do like 4 laps. Get outside, keep my body moving. Also do yoga. I can
Ooh,
do it in my home. I can take it out in my backyard. Also, can take it to the park. So I
yeah.
love that. And sometimes self care for me also is just like running a hot bath, relaxing, trying to let go of the
Yes.
day. It's just a
Mm,
great feeling, isn't it? Like
Excel.
I even light a candle.
Release.
I'm trying to make it bougie. I don't know, but I like candles and
I be bougie. I be bougie. I be bougie with you, girl. Okay.
see.
I be
um,
bougie.
I love that. I'm trying to get into the wine. A lot of people are like, sometimes if you drink a glass of wine, it's relaxing.
It
I'm
is.
trying to have the taste develop for it. Not quite there
Just
yet.
one cup. Just one
Right.
cup. Do it. Don't get too relaxed. You be find yourself under there like, oh, wait a minute. Just a nice to take the edge off. Like, okay.
Yes.
Got the
Yes.
candles going, the bubbles. Yeah, I'm good.
It's just wine.
See,
That's
I'm
all I
already
want.
in there.
Right. And I really do feel like those are self care tools. And also,
Yeah.
daily affirmations, I do those, but it's more like a prayer for me. One of my favorite things to say for me when I start the day as a self care is that I hope today that I be a better person today than I was yesterday. So
There you go.
every day I'm trying to be a better version of myself. So I just try to remind myself, like, just do a little bit better today. Even if it's just, if I take a longer walk or I don't take a walk at all, or just sit in the car and listen to music. Cause that's also another self-care thing that I like to do. Like I will sit in my driveway, turn the radio on, have my window cracked and just, I don't know, something about just being in your own space in your own driveway is just, I don't know, it's very relaxing. And those are the only self cares I really have at this moment. I don't
Well, those are
know.
great self cares. You believe it or not, people run themselves down. They don't even do that. I mean,
True,
you taking
true.
walks and doing yoga, so you're one of those people that I see in the park.
Right.
And leg all in the back, and I'm like,
Yes.
do that. I mean, I know how to do it. I ain't gonna kid. I do it.
No,
So,
no.
but I get involved when I see people do it. I'm like, oh, okay,
I
all
think
right.
it takes a lot getting there because I was not. So it's not really just about being flexible or having the mobility, but just trying to get the patience. Have patience with yourself when you're doing it. I've been teaching yoga for like 4 years now, but before I was a couch potato. I didn't know nothing, and
Really?
my mom was like, "Girl, you seem depressed. Try some yoga." And I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "I don't know. I've been seeing it online." And I applied to go like take yoga classes, and I was just like, And I was a lot bigger at the time. I had gained like I think it was like 215. I weigh 168 now. And when I was going to yoga, I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. But like something about the heat, the hot yoga, and just have my own little personal space on my mat. Just I don't know. It just made me feel comfortable. And then I don't know. It just I've been doing it ever since, and I started teaching it. And then now I try to get my husband to do it, my daughter does it, my mom. So it's been a lot of fun. And I was like, this can be
Wow.
definitely something I could just do in the privacy of my own home.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for that. I want to get into something, and I'm so glad you shared your story with that, because that some people need to know that they're looking for an outlet to get better or feel relaxed or content. So thank you for that. I met you because you were a singer,
Yes.
and oh my goodness, I think I was blown away. There was a song you sang. It was Tracy Chapman. Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm, mm.
Being
And I
reason.
enjoyed myself. And I know you are entrepreneur. Oh, you know what? We're going to take a break. But before we go and take a break, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
It is something unique because you sing. And I really don't do this on the Dr. Meleeka Clear Show. But I know you got a great voice. And if you want to give me a little tuna song, you can let me know when we come back.
Yeah.
And what that means to you. Just tell me what that means to you. Maybe it's something somebody else can register with. And on
Mm.
that note, I'm going to take a brief commercial, and we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Claire Show on the Bold and Brave TV network with a real singer. Because I be trying. It was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone, that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
Fighting over custody. A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order.
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle. Even with your lies, I gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive. This is not justice! No justice! No justice! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K and Mr. G paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I've gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I gotta survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on Bold and Brave TV Network. We're coming live. Well, see, now I'm up here losing it now. Come on back here, Persia, the real singer in this house. Okay. Before I left, and I know you are a singer, and you blew me away when you sing Tracy Chapman's song. And, it's an oldie and goodie, but you just tore it up. And I think I stayed on my feet through your whole performance almost. I was sitting, but then I got on them feet and then sit back down. And then when you sat down, I sat down. Then I think that's how it went. And I think I was probably almost like ready to go. I mean, the talent was great, but you caught me off guard. Just everything.
Thank you.
So I asked that question, and I mean, because I want to know how can people find you too, and what are you
Yes.
doing out there? So, but is it something that registers with you that has some type of meaning that you don't mind to give a little bit of taste?
Mm, so, like, let's see.
Whatever, it's on
Well,
you. It could be.
there's a song that I like. I can't remember the name of the artist right now, but it's one of my favorite gospel songs, and it's I couldn't seem to fall asleep. There was so much on my mind, searching for that peace, but the peace I could not find. So then I kneeled down to pray, pray and help me, please. He said, you don't have to cry, 'cause I'll supply all your needs as soon as I stop worrying how the story ends. If I let go and I let God have his way.
Ooh, I love it. Ooh, that is so good. Oh God. I'll throw you roses if I had them. Throw you. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my
Thank you for having
goodness,
me.
that was so good. Oh, I needed that. I needed that. Thank you,
Yes.
Jesus. Mm. You done got me up this morning. I'm
I
glad I
love
got up this morning. I knew I was going to interview somebody that was going to bring it to me. And you sure did. Wow. And be the first one that I had to do that. I've never had anybody do that
That is an
before me.
honor. I'm like,
Yes,
yeah.
thank
We're
you. I
talking
am
about
honored too. I really am. And I don't know. I
mm,
think God has said, hey, do something different. And I was
yeah.
like, why not? I mean, it's, why not?
Yes,
Why
it's true.
not?
And
So thank
I
you
love,
again for that. That is just amazing. You have
yeah,
a
thank
beautiful,
you.
beautiful voice and just a wonderful talent, and you're very
Mm,
gifted. You know what?
mm,
On that note, because we're running out of time, can you let
yeah.
people know how they can find you and support you? Because you're an artist.
Thank you so much. Yes, you can
Welcome.
find me on Facebook at Persha Maroo, PershaMaroo, and on Instagram at Persha_Maroo. I have a TikTok, but I can't remember my TikTok name at this moment. Sometimes I'll like space out, but but I do have TikTok, and I believe it might just be Persha_Maroo as well. And yeah, and I've been singing for a while now since February, performing in venues, and I have a few upcoming shows that will be listed on my Facebook and my Instagram.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Persia Maroo.
Thank you.
It was an honor. Thank you again for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. I am so appreciative. And you know what? Whatever I can do, I will do, because it's, you just, I'm speechless. So with that
Thank
being
you. I'm
said,
speaking over
thank
you
you
as well.
again.
You are amazing, and it's an honor and privilege to have gotten to know you, and I thank God for you. So, you, you're incredible. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. God bless you, dear. Okay, thank you. And if you are looking for the Dr. Meleeka Clary show or Dr. Meleeka Clary, you can Google me. I don't know about the hacking, but just don't give up on me, people. Just keep looking for me. Find me on Google, find me somewhere. Facebook, Twitter, all them places, Instagram. And you know what? I am so grateful that God gave me opportunity to do this show. It was an amazing show, amazing guests, amazing energy, engineers. I love you guys. Thank you so much for helping me out. And if you're having a bad day, please, I hope that it will get better for you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend to come. If nobody said I love you because I care to try to help you change yourself. Don't have to personally know you to love you. I just care to help you change you. Thank you, and God bless, and take care.
You've been watching the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Tune in next week as Dr. Meleeka will help you shift towards a better life. But this show doesn't stop there. She'll provide helpful tips regarding surviving the entertainment industry and the judicial system with practical information. Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on the Bold Brave TV network.